Salam alaikum. My story is of a salesperson, and the identity of the salesperson is this bag. How many of you are salespersons here? Well, I only see a very few hands being raised. But let me tell you that if you are continually negotiating, communicating, persuading, influencing others, then you are a salesperson. You are selling, whether it's an idea or a product or a service. So whether you are a doctor or an engineer or a teacher or a politician or a businessman, you are a salesperson. Being a salesperson, we also need to know about the customer. How do we describe the customer? The best description of a customer was given by none other than the great soul Mahatma Gandhi in the year 1890. He said that the customer is the most important visitor on your premises. He is not dependent on us. We are dependent on him. He is not an interruption in our work. He is the purpose of it. And he is not an outsider in our business. He is part of it. We are not doing him a favor by servicing him. He is doing us a favor by giving us an opportunity to service him. These words of description of a customer way back in 1890 is still relevant today because it is still being reviewed by the Harvard Business School. So now that we know that we all are salesperson and how to describe a customer, let me talk about a specialist salesperson, the medical representative or the drug representative or the medical detailman, or as we call it here, the doctors of selling. Now, a medical representative has a very responsible job. He or she is a professional because he or she has a professional qualification, a BSc Pharmacy or B.Pharm, and deals with professionals like medical doctors. A medical representative is the professional with a responsible job of bridging the link between the drug manufacturer and the drug prescriber. Once a medical representative joins a company, he or she undergoes training on product knowledge. Product knowledge is very important because after the training, the medical representative is the master of the products he sells. No one should know better than him about the product. And in the product knowledge, he is given the information about how the drug acts on the body, how the body acts on the drug, the indications, the side effects, and all the adverse reactions. But the basic job of a medical representative is selling. So apart from the product knowledge, selling skills are trained to him. The medical representative may be hired because of attitude, but has to be trained for selling. Now, in this training of selling skills, the medical representative is given the psychology of selling, how to prospect, how to qualify the customers, and how to approach, how to present, how to handle objections, how to probe. There is a myth that a salesperson does all the talking. No. In fact, all effective, successful salespersons, they do less of talking and make the customers do all the talking, by which they get to know the customer better, build successful, effective relationship, and know the customer's needs. So, but one very important aspect of selling skills is closing the sales. Because after all, it is said that in a business organization, the salaries for the rest of the employees comes from the salesperson when he closes the sales and brings the company the money, the check. So closing the sales with medical doctors is getting a commitment for the prescription, and closing the sales with the pharmacies is getting an order from the pharmacy. So now our medical representative is confident with product knowledge and selling skills. By confidence, we mean that now a medical representative can engage the most difficult customer, most difficult doctor, most difficult consultant with the limited time. With my 30 years of experience, I started my career as a medical representative. I know I have even engaged the most difficult doctors even outside the clinic while going up in the elevator. Now that is selling skill and engaging the most difficult customers within the limited period of time. Now, the confident medical representative is full with product knowledge and selling skills. But one very big aspect has to be trained, and that is attitude. Attitude, we say, is the way one responds to a situation. Now, way back in 1937, Napoleon Hill wrote this book, Think and Grow Rich. Now that is a classic, even today, which talks about positive mental attitude. These days, international speakers talk about law of attraction, how the thought has a vibration, and this vibration is a positive energy and attracts other positive energies to achieve the goal and be successful in life. Now that is law of attraction, which talks about affirmation, visualization, and meditation. Affirmation, telling yourself that yes, this is your goal, you have to achieve this goal. Visualization, seeing that you've achieved your dream. And meditation is breathing exercises where you can input laser sharp focus on your goals. Affirmation, visualization, and meditation. Now the international speakers and neurophysicians say that 95% of our habits, our beliefs, our emotions, our feelings are in the subconscious mind, and conscious part is only 5%. Now if we can control this subconscious mind and remove the habits which hold us back, we can achieve our goal. Neurophysicians say that we can retrain our brain in order to achieve our goal. Now coming to attitude, if we are talking about medical representatives here in Sudan, we are talking about a weekend, a Thursday, and now I ask my medical representatives that, what do you do on Thursdays? He says, well, we hang around with friends. But on a Thursday, when a medical representative is ready to have a party with his friends, and then suddenly a consultant calls him, says that I'm in the clinic, I'm working, I have a patient, and I need some samples from your company. How does the medical representative respond? Well, the representative with the positive mental attitude sees it as an opportunity with optimism and rushes with a smile to serve the doctor. Now that is attitude. Now coming to detailing of products, these days we have technology and we have developed devices where medical representatives can detail products with these devices. Now I have myself detailed my products in Sudan, maybe perhaps the first time in Sudan with this device, and it has very well accepted. All the doctors really listen to you because this is something new. When you have the brochure in the device and you detail from the device. And apart from that, there is one advantage, that because this is online, you can get connected to the medical portals and the websites to handle any objection or clarify any doubt and provide scientific document. So this is the advancement of technology and the application through this device in a medical representative's job. Now we've talked about a professional medical representative who is confident with the right attitude to carry out his job and is full with knowledge. But what is knowledge? if it is not transferred into action. We all have knowledge, but if knowledge is not put to action, then it is no use. As a medical representative, he or she can apply his or her knowledge into action for the benefit of the patients, because after all, it's the patients who are the foremost. On the top of the mind is the patients. We are all looking, all detailing for the benefits of the patients. Now, I will give you two examples where we can use our knowledge for the benefit of the patients, the community. Very simple, but very effective. One is that all children, even some adults, are prescribed liquid medicine. Now, this is liquid medicine. It can be for cough, or vitamin, or for allergy, or an antibiotic. Now, how many of us know that this cup can kill? Because if the mother, say, is giving the medicine to the child, opens it, administers it, and gives it, and if it is kept unwashed, it can be contaminated. Bacteria can grow in it, fungi can grow in it, and this syrup is contaminated and can kill with a greater infection. So the knowledge that we have, we should share and put it into action by telling all the pharmacists that whenever a patient is dispensed with a bottle of medicine, the mother or the caregiver first must shake the bottle, but before that wash the hands, and then put the medicine, administer it, and immediately wash it properly and put it back like this. Because this small cup, if there is water in it and kept untreated for, just kept like this, kept aside with full of water, mosquitoes can breed on it and cause malaria in endemic areas in many parts of Sudan. So let us put this knowledge into action by sharing with the pharmacists that they must educate the parents, particularly the mother, to keep this cup clean. Now that was very simple, but there is something else that I would like to share with you which is more clinical. Like, for example, gum enlargement. Now, gum enlargement is a side effect of a medicine. And yes, it is the side effect of amlodipine. Amlodipine is a medicine for high blood pressure. And let me tell you, the Ministry of Health of Sudan has gone on record to say that 25% of the population in Sudan suffer from high blood pressure. And amlodipine is a very popular, very effective medicine for high blood pressure. All over the world, the #1 medicine for high blood pressure is amlodipine. And it is more effective in this part of the world, in the African region. So amlodipine easily is prescribed to 60% of the population suffering from high blood pressure. So now we are talking about 60% of the 25% of the population. Now the incidence of gum enlargement is 3.3% by amlodipine. So we are talking about 150,000 patients suffering from high blood pressure who are on amlodipine have the potential of getting this side effect of gum enlargement. Now, I have discussed with 12 leading physicians in Sudan who very heavily prescribe amlodipine. And why not? Because it's an effective drug. And let me tell you, none of them are aware that gum enlargement is a side effect with amlodipine. Why? #1, because these patients, when they get gum enlargement, they go to the dentist. They don't go back to the physician. And B, is because the medical representatives never talk about the side effects to the doctors. But why not? This is my submission to the medical representatives community. Having been in this profession for 30 years, I started carrying a bag as a medical representative. Today, I am the vice president of the company. But I have learned all these years from my bosses, from my trainers, from my peers, and from all the people that I have learned, that to sell, if you tell the side effects to the doctors, you are appreciated more. They respect you more. They trust you more, and you can sell more. So let us talk about the side effects to the doctors. And lastly, before going, I would like to share with you an incident which happened to me when I was in a pharmacy. There was this man who came, said, "What do you have for hiccups?" And then the pharmacist gave him a sharp slap and said, "See, now your hiccup is gone." But the man said, "But the hiccup is actually with my wife in the car. Why did you slap me?" Well, laughter is the best medicine. And laughter is the best medicine because it has no side effects. And at last, I will definitely acknowledge my love for Sudan, because it is in Sudan in the last 10 years that I have learned so much with such good people that I say, Namaste Sudan.